Growing tensions over mass deportations in Los Angeles. This was a scene in Paramount, California today when officers responded to a huge gathering as protesters took to the streets to demonstrate against federal immigration operations. Border Patrol says several arrests were made, and the White House says it is monitoring the situation.
I'd like to welcome everybody back to Political Detox. You're in the place where lies get exposed and the narratives get checked. No media spin, no partisan talking points, just raw truth backed by receipts. Los Angeles is burning again, and for some innocent bystanders, it starts as a distant rumble. You know, the kind you feel before the storm hits. But this isn't nature's doing. It's political chess played out in the street. A clash of power, policy, and frustration spilling over into something unstoppable. To politicians, this riot isn't about people in the streets. It's about winning narratives.
Places when you tear parents and children apart, and when you run armored caravans through our streets, you cause fear and you cause panic. And deploying federalized troops is a dangerous escalation, but we need to be real about this. This is about another agenda. It's not about public safety. There's clearly no plan, and there is clearly no policy.
The left calls it civil unrest against oppression, a fight for justice, they call it. The right sees lawlessness, a failure of leadership that demands a firm response. Somewhere between these talking points, the actual truth gets lost. Governors and lawmakers debate deployment of forces, commentators argue over policy, but for those watching from their windows or trapped behind a barricade, none of that matters. It's about survival. Now, this isn't just a story, it's a wake-up call. If the system is rigged, what happens next? Drop your thoughts below and let's break it down together. And just imagine you were just walking home. That's all. You turned down the wrong street at the wrong time, and now you're caught in something bigger than yourself. Fireworks explode nearby, not in celebration, but in defiance. Storefronts shatter as people fight battles that aren't theirs alone to win. Your heart races, not from ideology, not from political allegiance, but because you don't know if you'll make it home safe. Governments crack down, protesters push back, news outlets amplify the chaos, but for the people who live here, this isn't a trending topic, it's their reality. So the question is, will this end with justice or just another moment of outrage before the cycle repeats? But right now, I'm gonna let you listen to Fox News, because they're saying certain things that, to me, and probably to most of the Detox Nation, it probably rings true to you as well. Take a listen.
Don't handle this with violence. Go home. This is unlawful. This is dangerous. Instead, every single statement they put out, even ones where they say a few words, lip service about don't get violent, the thrust of all of the statements is about Donald Trump and about the feds being the provocateurs when all the feds are doing is enforcing the law.
That's right.
President Trump spoke with Governor Newsom on Friday. It's not like Newsom didn't know where this was going to be headed and that the president wasn't going to take this seriously. President Trump told him he needed to lock this down. So for the pushback makes me wonder exactly how genuine that is when you consider he had a conversation with the man who is executing this calling up of the National Guard.
Okay, what we're gonna do right now is we gotta take it over to Maxine Waters and hear her take on it. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna race bait.
He's going to try to goad us so that he has a martial law. This is not just about deportation. This is about how they're going to treat people of color in America, and this is how he's going to get to have martial law because he wants to goad us into a fight. They have all the guns. We have to get more people involved, and perhaps we can push back.
Push back. My question to Maxine Waters there is, push back on whose behalf? Because ICE, to remind everyone, was deployed to go execute lawful warrants for the arrest of illegal migrants that are here in this country, again, illegally, and accused of some really heinous crimes. Christina Coleman went through it for us earlier, but these are some violence, assaults, attempts to create sexual assault, attempts to create rape, burglary. Some of these people have been charged. Some of these people have already served time. Some of these people have criminal histories in their home countries. So we're not talking about going after and apprehending just anybody. We're talking about apprehending people who are not supposed to be here, and then once they are here, they are staying, and they are committing more crimes against a community of people that are American citizens.
And Lydia, what happens if we don't remove these people? Then you have a situation like we had in Boulder, Colorado, where a man decides to go to a very peaceful gathering, mostly elderly Jews that want hostages coming home from Gaza, and he takes a makeshift flamethrower and decides to light them on fire to try to reenact the Holocaust. He should have been removed, that gentleman. He was here, gentleman, I shouldn't even use that word, that monster, since 2022. He overstayed his visa. Then the Biden administration was so kind to give him not one but 2 work permits to stay here longer. If he was removed, those people don't end up in burn units, and that's exactly what Donald Trump, that's exactly what ICE is trying to do here, to remove these people so crimes like that don't happen. And here we have Maxine Waters and the rest of the Democratic Party in California saying, no, 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 protect these people, when they should be protecting citizens that are here legally.
Well, and to the point that I made a few moments ago, Lydia, that soundbite from Congresswoman Waters is grotesquely irresponsible. There should be people in positions of authority and power trying to lower the temperature and tell this lawless mob to go home and to stand down and to stop being violent. Instead, she's fanning the flames. She's actually pouring gasoline on the situation, saying that we need more people out here to try to make a difference. She's on the side of the rioters, quite clearly. And then she expanded it. It's not just about immigration. And she started race baiting and fear mongering on every possible level. And then she was, worrying about martial law and all this stuff. This is precisely the opposite of the type of leadership that is needed in this situation, but it is very indicative and illustrative of the type of leadership that is being displayed by Democrats in the state of California at virtually every level.
And very sadly, Alicia, to Guy's point, it seems like Maxine Waters and the other Democrats who are fanning the flames here, it looks like it's working. This is the 3rd day that we're seeing these riots. Throughout the day that we've been following it, we've seen these crowds continuing to grow. I don't dare offer an estimate on how many we see here, simply because it's hard to estimate, but the crowds have grown throughout the day. And as we look out across these live pictures, what do we see? ICE, Mexican flags. I think I see some flags from Guatemala among the crowd. And then when we saw the violence, it is yesterday hurling of the concrete, hurling of the rocks. We saw the damage. Can you imagine anyone, law enforcement or anyone, driving through those crowds trying to leave and having these massive bricks thrown at your windshield? We saw the damage of what was done to them. People could die in something like that.
It was terrifying. And when we talked to Tom Homan yesterday on the show, he said, someone is going to die.
Yes,
and we're watching things unfold. It's very scary. But one of the other things, Maxine Waters said this is about people of color. She made it about race. She made this about race. One of the people who they went in to get, Lionel Sanchez Laguna, Mexican national, battery on spouse, willful cruelty to child, assault with semi-automatic firearm, and driving under the influence. But she's saying this is about people of color.
Well, y'all know the drill by now. If you really want analysis without the corporate filter, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and stay locked in. Political Detox isn't stopping. Let's go.